Guard of Honor sets the tone as the Nigerian Contents Development and Monitoring Board delegation arrives at the Kroti campus of the Nigerian Maritime University in Delta State. The occasion marks the formal commissioning and handover of a fully furnished 60-bed student hostel and campus-wide internet infrastructure, two major projects executed by the NCDMB under its Institutional Strengthening Initiative. The intervention forms part of NCDMB's strategic investment in educational infrastructure and indigenous capacity development in line with the Nigerian Oil and Gas Industry Contents Development Act of 2010. Representing the Executive Secretary of NCDMB, Engineer Felix Omashola Ogbe, the Manager, Institutional Strengthening, Engineer Dokubo Bongo says, the board remains committed to supporting institutions that will produce the highly skilled workforce needed to drive Nigeria's maritime, oil and gas, and emerging blue economy sectors. According to him, the projects go beyond the provision of physical infrastructure. They are designed to strengthen academic excellence, expand research to meet the evolving needs of industry.
NCDMB derives its mandate from the Nigerian Oil and Gas Industry Content Development Act 2010, which entrusts the board with the responsibility of promoting the development of Nigerian capabilities, institutions, and technologies across the oil and gas value chain. Central to this mandate is the recognition that sustainable national development is built upon a highly skilled workforce, supported by world-class educational and research institutions. It is against this backdrop that the board approved these strategic interventions at the Nigerian Maritime University. The objective was not merely to provide infrastructure, but to strengthen the university's capacity to produce globally competitive graduates capable of meeting the evolving manpower requirements of Nigeria's maritime and energy industries.
The newly commissioned hostel is expected to provide students with safer and more conducive accommodation, while the campus-wide internet infrastructure will boost digital learning, research collaboration, innovation, and administrative efficiency across the university. Receiving the project on behalf of the university, the Vice-Chancellor, Professor Flora Tobolayefa Oluwafemi, describes the intervention as a transformative investment that represents another major milestone in the institution's growth, expressing appreciation to the NCDMB for its commitment to educational development.
By providing this modern, comfortable hostel, the board is not only solving a logistical challenge, but is also directly contributing to the holistic development, safety, and morale of our students. It is also worthy to mention the campus-wide internet service. This vital technological infrastructure and high-speed internet connectivity is a game changer for our institution. Students and staff can now access top-tier maritime databases instantly and empower modern e-learning tools and virtual simulations essential for maritime training, and streamline our internal communication and university operations.
For the NCDMB, the intervention reflects a broader commitment to building enduring partnerships with tertiary institutions and developing the competent Nigerian professionals required for the oil and gas industry and other strategic sectors of the economy.
In our Empowerment segment today, we share the story of 300 young Nigerians who have commenced a specialized human capacity development training program initiated by the NCDMB in partnership with Renaissance Africa Energy Company Limited. The initiative, delivered under the board's Field Readiness Training Program, will expose participants to industry-relevant training in mechanical, electrical, and instrumentation engineering, alongside practical skills and professional development opportunities designed to prepare them for careers in Nigeria's oil and gas sector. Let's take you through the kickoff of the program in Lagos.
The Nigerian Content Development and Monitoring Board, in partnership with Renaissance Africa Energy Company Limited, has commenced a specialized human capital development program aimed at equipping 300 young Nigerians with industry-relevant skills in mechanical, electrical, and instrumentation engineering. The exercise, which is under the NCDMB Renaissance Oil and Gas Field Readiness Training Program, is designed to equip young Nigerian graduates with industry-relevant technical and professional skills required for successful careers in the oil and gas sector. The program will run for 12 months, comprising 3 months of classroom-based learning, followed by 9 months of on-the-job training with partner service companies in the oil and gas industry. A total of 300 trainees were selected for the program, with 240 participants in Lagos and 60 in Port Harcourt. Speaking at the kickoff ceremony, the Executive Secretary of NCDMB, Engineer Felix Omashola Ogbe, said the initiative aligns with the board's mandate of building local capacity, deepening Nigerian participation in the oil and gas sector, and creating opportunities that support economic growth. Represented by the Assistant Manager, Human Capacity Development, Taribu Fazi, the NCDMB boss said specialized skills in automation, instrumentation, and engineering operations remain essential to the safe and efficient exploitation of Nigeria's petroleum resources, particularly as the industry prepares for new investment projects.
A lot of classroom intensive work, software application, and after the 6 months, there will be a provision for on-the-job training. The plan is to enable you to be the first-class trainers globally, not just for Nigeria. And we will be attached to live projects within the oil and gas. At the NCDMB, our mandate is very clear, is to build local capacity, deepen Nigerian participation in the oil and gas industry, and also to create opportunities that drives national growth. The program delivers in partnership with Renaissance Africa Energy Limited reflects that commitment.
He said the trainees will acquire practical industry exposure, culminating in globally recognized certifications. The General Manager, NCD, Renaissance Africa Energy Company Limited, Engineer Olariwaju Larry Olawi, represented by Engineer Funsho Alabi, he explained that the program combines classroom instruction with extensive on-the-job training, providing participants with practical exposure in areas such as mechanical systems, electrical operations, instrumentation and control, software development, networking, and cybersecurity. According to him, the practical component will help bridge the gap between theoretical knowledge and workplace requirements.
This time around, you are not only going to undergo the theoretical aspect of it. You will be taught how to open, how to lose, how to operate some of those things that ordinarily you've been taught even while you are undergoing your undergraduate class. Today marks the start of an important journey to develop skills Nigerian professionals and who will contribute to the growth, innovation, sustainability of our energy industry. At the present, we believe local content development must create real capability, strengthen indigenous expertise, and empower Nigerians to lead. It's key areas such as where you will learn about mechanical, the electrical, and instrumentation and control. Likewise, the software development, networking, cybersecurity.
Also speaking, Rantia Mole, Chief Executive Officer of Radial Circle, the lead training provider, described the program as a rare opportunity for young Nigerians seeking careers in the global energy industry. Omole said the objective of the program goes beyond certification, stressing that the focus is on developing industry-ready professionals capable of contributing immediately in operational environments. Stakeholders at the event said the initiative supports the objectives of the Nigerian Oil and Gas Industry Contents Development Act and the Nigerian Contents 10-year strategic roadmap by strengthening the local talent pipeline needed to sustain growth in the country's energy industry.
This week, we featured the Managing Director of West End Diamond Energy Limited, Engineer Ruben Temeriga, who shares his insights on developing local technical capacity and creating sustainable opportunities within Nigeria's evolving energy industry. Watch this.
Western Diamond Energy Limited is an indigenous company founded in 2005 and has been operating since about 9 up till now. Our core services include inspection services, certifications, trainings, and those kind of services. How we impact the industry in Nigeria is very, very great because we have an alliance with the petroleum sector, especially the NUPRC. We've been involved with a whole lot of especially the drilling rigs that are coming into Nigeria. We've been basically the one doing like selections and all of that. So this comes up with the our expertise and ensuring that we bring quality into the industry. You know, because without you having quality equipment working in the petroleum industry, is going to translate to a whole lot of downtime, which are basically known as MPTs. And if you're having MPTs, then automatically it will affect the budget. It will affect the budgeting, not just for the company, but that goes also, you know, to the federal government and other parastatals that are attached to it. And as such, we try our best to ensuring that, you know, equipment are up to spec and then they are working. Then also on the training part of Western Diamond, we've been involved with a whole lot of training young people. And in fact, if I have to kind of digress a bit, Western Diamond was actually founded because we wanted, and then the building capacity is ensuring that young graduates who come out from the university actually have a place where they will be able to learn and then grow and gain experience. And that also shows in the level of youth corpus or core members and ITs that we have. Currently, as we speak now, we have about 19 National Youth Service students that are working with us here, is to just to make sure that we give them that knowledge that, you know, they need. So Western Diamond was actually founded on that, and as such, we've had a whole lot of trainings. We've trained several people, you know, over, you know, 5,000, if I have to just be a bit, you know, with my words, you know. So about over 5,000 we've trained over and over again. You know, Western Diamond has also been from, you know, the forefront in ensuring that equipment are domiciled and recertified here in Nigeria. typical example is like the well control equipment, the BOPs as normally called. You know, before Western Diamond came into the scene, every single BOP is either taken to Dubai or the United States for recertification. So we can actually see a whole lot of finance that is being sent, you know, offshore to other companies and all of that. But now we can actually do that here in Nigeria. We do every single thing about the BOPs. We don't need people outside. So that is a great milestone that you know, we are celebrating now. You know, then talking about rig selections and all of that. Before now, you have the big names, which I'm not going to call names, you know, coming into Nigeria, and then the way they normally come, they come, maybe 2-3 persons come in to do the inspections, they are paid, and then they go back to their countries. You know, so the monies and everything, you know, fly with them back home. But here we are in Nigeria, we have rig inspectors. Today now, as we speak now, we have about 3 sites that are being inspected as we speak. These are all Nigerians. That means for every rig that we have like 3 persons on doing the inspection, that alone is about 9 persons that are in the field now as we speak. We've actually have situations where the NCDMB actually came in to intervene for us to ensure that, yes, this service can only be done by a Nigerian company, and because we demonstrated the capacity and capability, we had the opportunity of, you know, doing those, you know, services. But then those ones are between ourselves and our client. The other 50 side of it is the recognition by the NCDMB, you know, itself. It's not really like the fault of the NCDMB, but I think we've not been able to really relate to NCDMB to let them know our capacity and capability of what we can, you know, do in this space. So I can say that yes, in as much as it has enabled us to do a whole lot of things, you know, we are also looking forward to seeing that there is the recommendation by the NCDMB itself, you know, to some of the services that we do.
The Nigerian Contents Development and Monitoring Board, NCDMB, reminds all operators, contractors, and service companies in the upstream oil and gas sector of their obligation to remit the 1% Nigerian Contents Development Fund NCDF levy. The NCDF is established under Section 104 of the Nigerian Oil and Gas Industry Contents Development (NOGIC) Act 2010. 1% of the value of every upstream contract must be deducted and paid into the NCDF account managed by the NCDMB. The fund is utilized in supporting indigenous oil and gas contractors and service companies, financing industry-wide capacity development and training, providing access to affordable finance for indigenous participation, and driving sustainable growth across the oil and gas value chain. Concerned companies must always remit their NCDF levy into NCDMB designated accounts and seek clarifications where necessary. Please note that any remittance made outside the designated accounts shall not be recognized as valid payment of the NCDF levy. Signed, Engineer Felix Omashola Ogbe, FNSE, Executive Secretary of NCDMB.
As the oil and gas industry continues to evolve, the Nigerian Content Development and Monitoring Board remains committed to building strong institutions, supporting strategic partnerships, and investing in people whose skills and innovation will shape the future of Nigeria's energy industry. This brings us to the end of this week's edition of Local Content Weekly. We hope you found it informative and insightful. We'll welcome your inquiries, feedback, and suggestions. Please contact us via Local Content Weekly at ncdmb.gov.ng. Thank you for watching. I remain
ADBN, a part of you.
Contribute. He wants to contribute. I have taken care of that child since the day he dropped into this world. Did I contribute to birthing him?
Look here, let me tell you one thing you don't know. You represent everything I stand against. Everything.
Evelyn Patrick stands expelled.
If anyone gets to hear about this, if Nancy gets to hear about it...
What will you do?
Am I the one responsible?
You're not responsible, Mark.
He doesn't love me anymore.
You were right to suspect. The new girl is pregnant.
You're my best friend and my brother, and this attitude is killing me.
You should have thought of that, Rachel. Before you went and shackled up with James.
Mark, that's not fair.
Tell me. I want to tell him about Josh.
No, if I don't tell him, he'll react.
Shut up!
Why are you treating me like this?
Shut up!
Whom would you want from me?
Shut up!